I look at the exit polls and I say to myself, 45% of the voters out there felt they were financially worse off. He picked up more black and Latino voters despite everything that's happened on this campaign trail. What is it on their messaging and their operation that you think worked better than the Democrats?
I think he focused on the economy and immigration relentlessly. Even when he went on, Donald Trump, even when he went on his long rambling rallies talking about electrocution and sharks and silly things like that, he blamed the economy on the post-COVID economy, on Joe Biden, and then on Kamala Harris, relentlessly. He blamed immigration on the two of them relentlessly. And the Democrats' message, while they did talk about the economy to a certain extent, Kamala Harris rarely talked about immigration except to say she would sign the bill that Donald Trump had killed last year in Congress. And she talked about what an awful person she believed Trump was. She called him the fascist after his former chief of staff did. And that message has now proven over two presidential cycles, that message, Donald Trump is awful, doesn't work. You have to give voters a plan to vote for. Donald Trump did that, and I'm not sure that Kamala Harris successfully didn't do that.
Wendy, a lot of people were saying that a lot of this came down to turnout, and a lot of this came down to, in particular, the gender divide. And I keep going back to that. I'm looking right now at exit polls from NBC News talking about men 44% voting for Kamala Harris and 54% voting for Donald Trump. Is there any sign or any evidence that there was a stronger male turnout after traditionally flagging, particularly behind women?
Yes, I think there was. I think his message, to young men, to Latinos, to black voters was successful again because he talked about the economy. And Lisa, one of the things that just blew my socks off, surprise, was that even in states where abortion rights referenda succeeded, Donald Trump still won. So we were all expecting that any place where there was an abortion rights referenda that expanded abortion rights for women, that would carry Kamala Harris across the finish line in those states. In Arizona, it did not. And in other states, it's not happening that way either. And so, and Donald Trump also fared better in the suburbs than we expected him to fare. And that may be that there were conservative women who decided to vote for Donald Trump anyway. But he also outperformed Democrats with Latino voters. And that's another thing I believe Democrats will be studying as they gaze at their navels after this and figure out what the heck happened, which is that Donald Trump captured about 45% of the Latino vote, which is he was up 10 points with Latino voters this time. Biden was up 23 points with Latino voters, and Hillary Clinton was up 31 points with Latino voters. So Democrats are losing the Latino vote, and I think it's again because they're not focusing on the economy, which is important to every voter, regardless of their ancestors' country of origin.